Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Victor Raymond. I'm the CEO of TriumphPack. Today we're meeting with 20 or 30 startup founders to really give them the ability, the art of what's possible on AWS and how TriumphPack can help. First stop of the day, we're going to one of the AWS headquarters, JFK 19. We're just going to let some of these founders know, who TriumphPack is and really the value that we bring to our startup customers. In 2020, 2021, we built a rocket ship while flying it, right? But if I really think about it, we're still on the launch pad, right? We haven't even taken off. TriumphPack, we are the #1 systems integrator in AWS's startup segment in North America. So we specialize helping startups scale. You never know what's going to break until things get too big for you. And we try and work with some of these early stage startups to identify where they're going to have gaps as their platforms grow and make sure that they can have business continuity. The worst thing that a startup can do is they have that catalyst where they get that amazing traction and people go to their site or their application and things don't work. Right, where a lot of businesses shrank or struggled through the pandemic, we grew. We grew from me, my co-founder, an intern, and 20 engineers to we're over 170 people currently. Big trend that we're seeing, not just startups, but a lot of large enterprise companies is, since the pandemic, the way we work has significantly changed. We're in a virtual world today, right? The things that are possible today weren't possible 30 months ago on how people work. And I see a big trend of large enterprise organizations thinking about how they can operate and how they can be collaborative in this virtual world. And we're seeing organizations go towards what's that virtual world look like. And Web3 and the metaverse, as much as people think that it's a buzzword, is really being implemented. I think the next 5 years looks like to continuously help our customers and make an impact on their business and growth. We just recently are making a push into Canada, and next year we've got plans on Israel and eventually to move into Europe. The reality is that a large percent of startups fail. How can we turn that percentage of failure rates to be significantly less? And working with us, working with our team, not just from a technology standpoint, but a strategy standpoint, our customers have a much better chance of not just reaching their customers and making their technology goals, but making the right connections. And that's a great thing that TriumphPack and AWS have the ability to do, is not just build their technology platform, but how do we make sure that we connect the dots for them. Marketing has changed, right? The world of digital has changed, and I really had to think about that. The pandemic starts, and now we're all in our house. Nobody can go anywhere. This is, everybody's locked down. And what that did do is it gave me the ability to touch so many people over a short period of time. Customers, the AWS sales teams, the AWS product teams, and I was able to sell them the vision of what TriumphPack capabilities were. I sold Amazon and the customers a whole bunch of stuff, and James and our engineering team was able to deliver on it. And it's significantly snowballed, and at that time it was me, James, and some engineers. Path has been crazy, and I think we're just getting started. I'm pretty excited to work with a lot of these founders, right? I think we can make a serious impact and really help them on their cloud adoption journey.
I couldn't agree more. It was wonderful being able to be in a room with other founders and connect with them on a personal level in person, and it's just been a breath of fresh air, from how things have been over the last couple of years. So.
And she goes, "Oh, my golf clubs got stolen." She goes, "Can I expense a pair of golf clubs?" And I say,
It's like you change space.
I go, if you can